This is the Salton Sea. To some, it is a desert oasis away from the soul-crushing rat race of modern life. To others, it is a wasteland to be shunned. And what is it to me, or to you? Well, that's what this video is for. It pays to see a place at its best. And these films show the Salton Sea truly at its best, when it was a resort destination. A time when hotels, yacht clubs, and vacation homes were built. A time when it drew entertainers such as Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, and the Beach Boys. And a time when it received bumper-to-bumper traffic. A time when it had millions of fish. A time when over 400 species of migrating birds made it one of the world's most important winter stops for birds traveling the Pacific Flyway. And with the birds, the stuff that memories and dreams are made of. The Salton Sea once had more tourists than Yosemite National Park. Surely the Salton Sea shined in these days. But as for me, when I say it pays to see a place at its best, it meant that I left my hotel shortly after 4 a.m. to arrive at sunrise. Bombay Beach was my first stop. You know, I'm not sure why, but the Salton Sea has called to me over the years. Perhaps it's just all that space and that otherworldly feel. That lemonade stand really speaks to me. It is a perfect metaphor for this place, creating something sweet from something sour. And here the story seems to have flipped. Whereas this place turned into a sad shadow of its former self, now, thanks to the art, there is a sense of value in the air. Is that a person, or is it art? I actually had a moment of doubt. This place was great for flying the drone. I almost had the place to myself. And those who were around also kept to themselves. The Salton Sea was once called the California Riviera. Somebody should tell that to Santa Barbara. This place calls to the princesses and divas of the world. Perhaps if you build it, they will come. And this is how the Salton Sea looked in the late 1990s. Totally different. The one good thing is that there was definitely more water. But the art, bizarre as it is, makes a big difference. All this art is thanks to the Bombay Beach Biennale, a gathering of artists started in 2015 as a celebration of art, music, and philosophy. You just gotta love it. A Salton Sea opera house. This is so science fiction. this was one of my favorites, and it reminds me of the one that is gone. Some of these exhibits are permanent, and some are temporary. In fact, I was bummed that one of the ones I saw online was missing. This pink door was amazing too. And this one represents a real place in town. And then I finished up with the beach. Oh, here's a cautionary tale. I decided it would be a good idea to walk through town. However, this nasty dog started charging me, so I said,
"Screw this,"
and I decided to drive. My first stop was the Bombay Beach Drive-In. The screen is a trailer, and well, the cars are cars. The Bombay Drive-In was one of my favorite exhibits, especially because with all the space around the Salton Sea, this place could have the most epic drive-ins of all time, for real. And Bombay Beach is the lowest community in the United States at 223 feet below sea level, and its last counted population is 231. Then I tried to catch the train with my drone, so to speak. Then I checked out the Bombay Beach TVs, which I used for the opening sequence of my last 3 videos. And there are spider webs. Outsider art in the Salton Sea traces back to the start of Salvation Mountain in 1984 and East Jesus in 2006. Then I checked out other exhibits around town. This one was near the entrance to town. My last stop in Bombay Beach was the Ski Inn, which unfortunately due to my schedule I did not have time to wait for it to open and go in. It is the only place in town to get food. There is a painting of famed foodie TV personality Anthony Bourdain outside. And sure enough, he featured the Ski Inn on an episode of No Reservations. Over the years, Anthony Bourdain has definitely been one of my influences. Sure enough, just like the quote on the wall, he's asking about their patty melt.
My one big problem with this place was that flies were really annoying and aggressive, and some even got into my car.
Apparently, this is the lowest bar in the Western Hemisphere, and I would say for sure in the United States. This place is famous for customers posting their decorated dollar bills on the walls and windows. And on the horizon was the Salton Sea Recreation Area and Visitor Center. I can't say Bombay Beach was a blast, but it left me with a desire to return. The Salton Sea Recreation Area and Visitor Center is 16 miles away from Bombay Beach.
And let me tell you, I was pulled over and ticketed 2 times in 3 years for speeding while on previous trips. So I drove the speed limit, and I had the pleasure of every single vehicle on the road catch up to me and pass me. Many of them large trucks.
But first, I checked out the palm tree oasis at Mecca Beach. Not only do these palm trees look cool from the drone's view with the sea in the background, but it helped make up for missing the 17 Palms Oasis in Anza Borrego and the Dos Palmas Preserve to the east, which both have California's only native palm tree, the fan palm. Unfortunately, I don't think these are the same, but still pretty cool. Long before tourists came to the Salton Sea, many thousands of years ago, the Gulf of California extended up to present-day Indio, California. Then silt deposits built up over many years and gradually closed off the Gulf of California. A desert lake remained, the first version of Lake Cahuilla, which proceeded to dry up when the Colorado River would flow south. But then the Colorado River would flow north again and created another Lake Cahuilla. And then the Colorado River shifted back to the south, and that Lake Cahuilla dried up. This cycle occurred at least 5 times throughout history. Then, in 1901, thanks to the California Development Company, the Colorado River was used via a new canal to irrigate fields and orchards in the desert, which would become the Imperial Valley. However, they were not prepared for runoff, silt buildup, or high water levels. In 1905, an unusually wet winter caused a flood, and the Colorado River broke through the canal and flowed for about 16 months into the Salton Sink. And so the Salton Sea as we know it today was created. The Salton Sea is currently the largest lake in California, which, yes, I've been saying sea this whole time, but it is in fact a lake. It is about 35 miles long and 15 miles wide, and 40 feet deep, and it is roughly 235 feet below sea level. Interesting wildlife known to inhabit the area include the sidewinder rattlesnake, the flat-tailed horned lizard, the bobcat, the coyote, the great horned owl, the tarantula hawk wasp, the scorpion, and may have once included the megalodon. The sea developed a reputation for having a horrible smell over the years due to dead and decaying fish. However, currently there are no more fish in the sea, according to the visitor center, and there are no more fish bodies on the beach, which many tourists wanted to see. Nowadays, the only bad smell is from algae blooms, and indeed it did not smell that bad when I was there. That used to be the harbor. There you can clearly see how much the water has receded, as it is now an isolated body of water. This video sums up what my day at the Salton Sea taught me, and there is much more. Desert shores, Salton City, the Sunny Bono Wildlife Preserve. Is it all worth it? Absolutely. Coming here gives the visitor a deeper appreciation for what they have in their own lives and what they can lose, and a realization that we tend to lead our lives in a collective tunnel vision. I definitely plan on returning. Arguably, the Salton Sea is the greatest ecological antique of the world. It has seen better days, but it is not worthless. And remember that train from earlier? Well, check this out. Union Pacific, baby. The Salton Sea is the 12th saltiest body of water in the world. Mono Lake is in fact the saltiest body of water in California, and the Great Salt Lake is the saltiest body of water in the United States. But, of course, as the water leaves, the Salton Sea will get saltier. And then I left the Salton Sea State Recreation Area on my way home. Then I saw this shortly after starting my drive. This is along the northern shore of the Salton Sea. It is a palm tree nursery, and it is pretty amazing, and it's not even a tourist attraction, and I would never have discovered this if I had not taken this trip. Ending the video here, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and spread the magic. See you in the next one.